Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the all-new Rail Express Systems Postal Pack from ATS and Imbue Studios. We're going to take a look at one of the scenarios which comes with the pack. It's about a half-hour drive on the North London Goblin route. We'll have a look at the coaches themselves in this formation. We've got the 47, which comes as like an upgraded little bonus to the pack. With some new liveries, nameplates, and other bits and bobs. I believe it's also got some updated physics and stuff as well, which is quite cool. And that uses the Huddersfield route, Manchester Leeds 47. Off that pack, so it utilises that and does some bits of magic. Right, so just a little bit on the blurb. So I'm just going through the manual here as well. So we're going to come back and forth to the manual on this. So, founded in the early 1980s under British Rail's sectorisation scheme, Rail Express Systems, also known as RES, was responsible for transportation of mail and parcels across the British Rail network. This included the travelling post office. They also were subject to charter work on intercity services and a haulage of the Royal Train. In 1996, RES was integrated into EWS, English, Welsh and Scottish, as part of the privatisation scheme. During this time, the mail by rail services were vastly reduced going forward into the early 2000s. In 2003, Royal Mail made the decision to suspend all transportation of mail by rail, and as such, the last TPO ran in early 2004. This marked an end of an era for the traditional mail industry on the railways. In more recent years, mail by rail has made a slight comeback, but not to the degree it once was. So, sort of the degree now is what we see on the left, which is obviously the Class 325s. Obviously, they can only run on electrified rails, whereas back in the early days when it was res and stuff, they could go everywhere on the network because obviously they were run by diesel locos, so they could get anywhere on the network. So, slight change, but the mail still does run on the railways, it's just not as much. But obviously, we're not going to be looking at the old modern and dangled stuff. We're going to look at the old stuff. So with a 47, it's a 47-7 in the pack, and again this uses the Dovetail Games Manchester Huddersfield Leeds route stuff. There's an optional thing if you do have the AP 47 Pro sound pack, it actually adds that onto it as well, which is nice. So it gets rid of the default really loud noises and puts that on. And just another thing for this pack, you do require you need to have the latest updated version of the Armstrong Powerhouse Mark 1 Coach Pack Volume 1. As what it does is that it basically uses the underframe of the coaches and it builds in the basically the bodywork on top on there, which is quite cool. AP have allowed this to be done, so obviously hence why you can see this here. And there's a few bits and pieces that you get in here. So in the included stock, you've got this right in front of us here. Now I'm going to go to the front because there's one on the front we can see it properly rather than half of being obscured by the 47, which is the NAA, also known as the Propelling Control Vehicle, which is the PCV. So these aren't actually powered as such in the actual this coach. The actual power comes from the rear with the 47 or a 67, whatever's attached. Or it would be a 47 or 67. I don't know if the 86s were like capable of propelling. To be honest, I don't think that was a thing. I think it's more the 47 and the 67. And what basically happens is, now I'm just going to go back down to the other end, show you quickly. In the cab on the 47, I think this has been added on. I think this has been added as a little extra to the loco. I'm not too sure, but I think it has. This thing here is to do with the propelling coach on the other end. So what happens is, what you would do, you go in when you're driving on that end, you will go into a notch, and what happens is it will coincide with this little bar down the bottom. So if you put one notch on, you get one light, I think is what happens on the bottom, power and so on until you get to the top, and that tells you, the driver in this end, how much power to put. So, and then when they obviously take the power off, like the notch back off at the other end, it will go down, which tells the driver to take the power off. Basically it's just the rear coach talking to the back end. Now, I'm not sure if there's a driver that would sit in this end to do the propelling. I think that's the case, because basically you're telling that end what's going on. So basically, you'd have to have some trust and faith in the driver at the back to make sure you don't go for a red signal. It's been quite daunting, but quite cool technology, really. So yeah, that is the NAA, also known as the PCV. So it's got a cab. We'll be going in there shortly because we're going to do a bit of driving from it. But just to see there, it's really nice to see. We did have a freeware one in the game, which was on ATS from Watson PD, and that wasn't one you could actually drive from. It was mainly just something you could put in your consist and drive around. But it was a nice little gap filler, to be fair. And it's nice to see that we've got a fully fledged working model now in the game as well. It's a rather cool looking thing to have. Any detail going on? I'm not overly sure if these were originally. I think these might have been used on. I'm not sure where they were used, but I'm not sure if were these Class 307s originally. Obviously, they had a destination for the wheels, so it's just been plated over. So these were originally, I think, a passenger unit, just converted. But roller doors and stuff like that on it. I'm not sure if there's like a stowage area. It does tell you when you're in the actual editor for scenarios, it tells you what they are. And now I've already had a play with this in the scenario editor. We've updated a couple of packs on OTS. So if you actually look on the OTS Facebook page, there's 2 packs that have been updated to utilise this in Consist now as well, which is the Wessex pack and one scenario for West Coast over Shap. Yeah, that is those. Not going to drive them on here because long scenarios. So MBA Super BG. I don't know if it is in the consist. Let's have a look. Yeah, NA. No. Don't think that's in the consist, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, just quickly bring you over to the manual. I'll zoom it in. So NBA Super BG is this one here. These have the lights in the end as well. Roller doors again. I'm not always sure fully what the purposes are. I'm not fully clued up on post on the rail, but I'm basically just want to show you the pack off because it's rather cool. Then we've got NKA, which is the Super Gov. So if we go on here, we actually have a Super Gov here. So those are those ones. These are max speed of 100 mile an hour as well. These don't have the gangways on either, so these are just literally sent a car on their own. And again, basically, I think it's just where they will store stuff. No sorting gets done in these. There is sorting cars in the pack. I don't think we have one in the consist, annoyingly. I can't show you. But they do have a little interior in them as well. You can actually see all that sort of the desk and stuff where the work will be done. Which is basically these ones here, the NSA sorting van. Had the little letterbox on the side as well. These have been in TS before as well, sort of the TPO and SA stuff and NTAs, I think they were. They were done by New Boy. They were around for a long time on UK Train Sim. So these are just a much more advanced version of them, which a lot more singing and dancing, a lot more detail. But again, they did serve a purpose for many years, and a lot of people used them. So again, it's just nice to see some of the old stuff retired, and we've now got some more up-to-date stock. So again, so that's the sorting one, and then we've got the stowage, which is the NTA. So again, another different type. There's all sorts. You do get quite a fair bit for your money, really, and the pack itself is £16.99 if you're a non-subscriber, and if you're a subscriber to ATS, you get that for £14.99, so you get a couple of pound off, which is nice. I got it on the sub price. So just gonna go down to the 47. So the 47 which comes in the pack is a bit of a bonus, really. I think on this, it adds a bit extra to the pack. You get a few extra liveries on it, and you also get these nameplates and stuff as well, which is nice. You've got bits in the front as well. It's got the jumper cables, some detail around the lights as well that's been added. There's a couple of things I think are a little bit off with them, which I will say. One thing being the numbering. The numbers are very, very spaced out. I don't know why. The numbers shouldn't be so spaced out. Not sure if there's limitations on that or something, but not sure if that could be something that could be looked at. They do look a little bit off. A couple of little bits, like some bits of paint on the sides that are showing through, and I've noticed as well that the propelling control stuff was like sort of coming through the window on this model. I've not looked at all the models. I'm presuming it might be the same through the board with some bits like poking out, but it's not a massive issue. The main thing for me, I think, is the numbering, really. It'd be nice to see that could be updated and not so spaced. So what we'll do, I was right actually. It was a former class 307, the PCV. But what we're going to do, we're going to unpause because otherwise we sat here forever, basically to talk. I want to do some driving. So this is 1 Victor 33, Willesden PRDC to Plymouth Mail. So, good afternoon, driver. Please set up the Class 47 ready to propel the train to Kensal Green. Insert your master key and then move the control to engine only. Arm the AWS switch on the tail lights and set the train to brake to full release. Then switch the PCV, set the PCV up as normal, arm the AWS and set the headlights, and you'll receive a proceed signal when the terminal are ready for you to depart. You should only require notches 1 and 2 when controlling the PCV. Please obey all your signals. Do not press tab at any time. And when you return to your Class 47 in Kensal Green's turnback sign, you'll need to press the overload reset button with the master control in engine. Only, okay. Overload reset button. I have no idea where that lives. Oh, it's there. Ah, okay, that's easy enough. Right, so first of all, we need to set this thing up. So it tells us to put the master key in. And the cab's a bit of retexture as well. Lots of it. So keys in, engine only. Yep. And then we need to arm the AWS, which is on the back wall. Right, that's on. Tail lights need to be on as well, which is somewhere around here. Or maybe not. Right there. That's on. So I think they've changed the keybinds on the 47 because it K put the tail lights on, which is nice. It's a bit like the AP stuff. Right, so we can go into the other cab now. Oh no, we can't. Need to set the train brake to full release. Okay. Right. Now we can go to the other end. So I want to go to that one. So go with that text up there. Now we need to do the same again. So AWS. Where's the AWS on this thing? Good question. Do that. Yeah. So that's on. Key. Right, that's on. Forward. Which I think that's in. Nope. That's forward. Right. Daylights. Instruments are on. So I'm just going to go back to this in. So AWS headlights. And you'll receive a signal. Okay. Now I'm presuming we need to put it forward. We'll soon find out. DSD is isolated apparently. We've got the little twisty knob there for the instrument lights. Okay. Oh, it's a shame there's no audio when you open your windows. Like sort of like some rubbing or something when you open the window. Decent, isn't it, though? Nice detail. Just trying to work out what everything does. It's got a horn, which is good. I've got wipers. It's a shame there's no audio on the wipers. There's a few things that I could do a bit of audio. That works. So again, it's missing clicking like on. Yeah, there's a few things that could do with the clickiness like that. They've got clickings though. I mean, I think that clipboard is just a little push button, but it's even still. There's a few things that would be nice to have some audio added to. The NRN stuff, the stolen phone thing doesn't work. That's just a static, but that's not really an issue. You're not going very far. It's just basically to get it out of the yard. Right, so just waiting for the road at this point. Hopefully, it won't be much longer. Everything's set for us. It's just waiting. Unless we've got a... No idea. It's told us not to tab anything, so I don't want to tab. Although, we can at least... We can roll up to the signal, can't we? Let's get used to this. So if we take the brake off... One notch. Please move. Oh. Right, it's not moving. Why isn't it moving? That's a good question. What haven't we done? It's powering up. It's not moving for some reason. What isn't it doing? At this point, I'm very confused. I'm gonna go back to the other side and just double check. Oh, hang on, it's... Right, that's why. Something obviously has gone a little bit skewish there. Now, is that going to make it work? Give me some warning message there. The train braking valve in cab A is not properly shut down. Yeah, I know it's not, but it's told us to do this. Right, well, at this point... Oh, hang on, it's moving. My God. Right, okay. We get there. We get there eventually. No idea what I'd done wrong, but we've got it moving. I'm not sure if we can give it enough power, to be honest with you. I don't think notching 1 and 2 to get it moving was enough. Anyway, we're moving, so win-win. I think over time, the more obviously you play with this, and you'll get used to it. It's obviously it's new into it, and I've not done anything with this yet. Audio-wise, outside is the same as AP's coaching as it is, because that's the base. Decent sound at the end of the day, so that's good. Not mind the horn, that's quite decent as well. Ah, it's working, it's powering up now. So what you need to do with this is also time yourself with your obviously your notches and make sure you power off in good time for like your speed limit or a speed change, because it'll take a second for it to obviously communicate with the 47. We don't want to put too much on at the same time. But obviously you'll end up going over. I'm liking the texture on the floor. Really grubby and used textures, I like it. Apparently going past the signal that I can't see my HUD, so God knows what the signal aspect is. So maximum speed is 40 miles an hour when propelling. It's a really cool bit of kit. Different. Very quirky. Imbue Studios, obviously, the people are behind the 185 as well. Got that same quality. But the general modelling on this is very nice. You can see windows are open. We've got looks like a new character actually, a new driver. The hard hat on and high vis, and I haven't shown the 47 driver. You might have noticed it, but I'm gonna show you when we go to the other end. That's a very cool little feature as well. So it's all done on a little notch. You're just literally moving the notch lever. There's no power handle, it's just literally a brake and a notch. Now, I could do with getting a screenshot. There we go. Right, that'll do. So we're not going that much further up here. We're just going. There's a turn back about 0.8 of a mile away. We're going over there. Looks like 2 mile away. I can expect to see some good scenarios made, as obviously these get around everywhere, and we've got plenty of routes for them. And the pack itself comes with, I think, 6 scenarios as well. I'm just going to go through some more bits of the manual. So, with the propelling control vehicle, the PCV, TOPS code NAA, is a vehicle that was designed with only one purpose in mind: to propel mail trains in and out of the Princess Royal Mail Distribution Centre, the PRDC in Willesden, London, without the need of a second locomotive. Converted from the former Class 307 driving cars between 94 and 96, 42 vehicles underwent the process. The first 2 being prototypes, they had slight differences to the rest of the fleet, especially within the cab, and those therefore will not be presented in the simulation on this pack. It'll be interesting to see if they come later. I have no idea what the differences are. It'll be quite cool to see. So obviously you can see the cab layout. One thing I'd say with the AWS when you cancel it, it just cuts out very abruptly. Maybe we could do with a bit of a fade off on that. It's a bit harsh when it cancels. But when you get the manual, if you go through it, everything's all annotated. It's quite well detailed manual. It tells you what everything does. So we're not to press tab at any time. We did say. There is a detailed description on how to use the PCV and the 47 together. Oh, we have got the road. It's shunt signal. Tells you how to shut it down and everything as well. Which I'm going to have to do this in a second, so wish us luck. I'm going to leave this page up, actually. Oh, hang on. The PCV does not currently work with the AP86 or the 90 pack. It does, however, only partially work within the 67 EP, driven by the PCV itself. This is due to a limitation within the TSC that prevents anything being driven from the opposite end without a relevant control value. Basically, the 47 has been scripted to work with this. They've been made to work hand in hand. You can drive the 90 and pull the coaches, though. You can pull the coach in stock. It's just you can't propel. So we might see that feature and work like down the line. Who knows? We just need a DVSO now. Nice if they could do a DVSO for us. We've got one of these. Let's have a DVSO next, please. Right, we are here. It's weird driving from a Mark 1 and hearing the actual brake sounds as opposed to like a loco. So I think that was the AP sound, I think. But hearing them in like a driving cab is very different. Right, so we need to set the brake handle to the appropriate position, which is obviously off. Set your tail lights to the configuration of tail lights. Right, switch back to the 47 set, ready to depart. Ignore the departure time. Yeah, we'll do. We'll probably be late anyway. ADRS back off. Reverse to the off position. Take the key out. Hang on. Oh. And then change to 47. Okay. Hopefully that's proper done. Forwards. Oh, we need to do the overload reset, don't we? That light was on there then, the alarm. That fixes that. Hopefully. No. Try and take some power. Oh, yeah, it's working. Look. I was going to say about the driver. Haha, he's got some glasses. I'm not sure if he's a brand new driver, to be honest. I feel like he might be. He's got a new uniform. He's got PR logo. That's cool. Apparently, I remember someone saying on the ATS stream that when it's night time, then sunglasses they actually come off after a certain time. So I think like 7 o'clock when the night time light comes on, the glasses go. Which I think is a really cool little feature. Doesn't serve no purpose. It's just cool. There's loads of controls for the 47. It looks like the mappers might have been changed a bit as well. Let's just go through the manual and have a look, because you'll need it for especially with the PCV. When you're using your own scenarios, ensure that you pick ATS, Res Mail Pack, and then in DTG, the class 4704 pack, and then Jake Fuller Res Pack for everything to show. Everything's prefixed with an ATS name. Scenario numbering, you can do some stuff with the 47. You can take the taillights off like with AP stuff. You can do that weird colon thing, TL equals blah blah blah. You can do all sorts with the NAA PCV. We can do different branding and stuff, so you can actually control the branding types. Same again, you can change the bogies as well, and stuff like that, and lights and stuff with the BG, that's Super BG. And the Super Gov as well does all bits and bobs with the logos. There's actually quite a lot you can do with this pack. It's quite customizable. For example, unbranded X-Res with Gov bits. There's also unbranded X-Res with a DHL logo, just to name a few. So you can do a lot by the looks of it, and so on. It's all down and listed. It basically works just sort of the same way as you would with AP stuff. Scenarios are on a variety of different routes. So you've got the one we're on, which is North London Goblin. There's a scenario on the South Wales Main Line, West Coast over Shap. We've got South Wales Main Line again, and then a DPS East Coast Main Line North East route, all with different stock. So there's 2 scenarios by Barry Price, and there's also 3 from Working Timetable scenarios. So some good looking scenarios there, keep you busy. They're all listed with requirements as well. And then you've got your credits. So you've got Alan Thompson for promotion and publication, Electrical Powerhouse for the allowance of the Mark 1 pack usage, Barry Price for promotion and scenarios, Clouds for the manual typesetting only, Jake Fuller for artwork, audio and scripting, John Andrews for the class 47 cab source, Kevin Mahon, Imbue Studios, artwork, and then Matt Carroll of WTT scenarios for the scenarios. Manual finished. There you go. We're just waiting for the signal. Hopefully it won't be much longer. Whether there's another train coming on, I don't know. There is no train actually. Although we do have the route. Just not giving us a signal yet. It did say do not press tab. Although there's a train going past the signal bit, so whether that's the next block I don't know. I'll give it a minute. I don't want to press anything to break the scenario. There's another train coming around here. I'm going to go for it. It's approved us. It's giving us sorted. About 1.7 miles going up to Acton, going by Acton Bank. Looks like it's rolling finish. Yeah, I think we've covered everything in there. Again, I'll put everything's in the description, so link to the pack as well. That's in there. So there's already some scenarios that have cropped up on ATS as well, so people have obviously been busy. As we have as well, noticed we've got a few bits updated. This has been a pack that's been in the works for quite a while, and it's been shown off a few times, and it's always looked good. I've been looking forward to this one. Hopefully, Flirt won't be far off. Looking forward to that. Nice to be able to drive this and actually hear myself think. Opposed to with the original audio, it was awful. Ooh, there's a tractor there, look. Ooh, bit of Doppler. Lovely stuff. It does look good, that, doesn't it? A little bit of Z fighting going on, but I don't think you can really get away with that, to be fair. It's a roller door as well, so I presume it's to do with the way it rolls, and it's sort of, it'll obviously, when it goes up, it will curve around. Ooh, beast. There's all sorts going on. Yeah. Wagons and locos everywhere here. I must go and look what we got. All sorts. Yeah. I might even make it my power to find a scenario to make over the weekend and do a fresh scenario with this pack. See what I can find. In between the Easter busyness. Obviously in the run up of videos stuff, we've got videos upcoming also for some TS rolling stock packs as well. So we've got the JXA and the KEA pack. Was it JNA? I can't remember. JNA, I think, and then the KEA JXA PXA, if I remember correctly. We've got all sorts to keep and catch up on. So there'll be some more videos for new stuff, more new stuff as well. So with a good wave of new products at the minute. Also, if you obviously with a purchase of the pack literally launched, there has been an update as well, which adds in some QD stuff. I think there's also been a patch for the First Great Western and Virgin Trains liveried locos, but as the branding. So do grab them. To get the quick dry stuff, you need to re-update the pack via the installer, but the branding patch for FGW and Virgin Trains is available separate with a different download, which I've not got actually to get myself. I didn't need it for this scenario. But I believe when we go through this market, this scenario's going to end. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not been a long video, it's just been a nice little short one to just have a little introductory look at the pack. We'll be featuring this on the stream with a longer scenario, definitely, and further forward. But thank you for watching. Go and have a look at it. Go and grab yourself a copy if it's something up your street. It's again $16.99 for non-subs and $14.99 to subscribers, I do believe. I'm just going to double check that actually. I got that right, but I think I'm right. I did have the site on before. Yeah, $16.99 for non-subs, and then $14.99 for subs. Again, thank you for watching. Take care, and again, we will see you very soon for another video. Bye for now.